Hello and welcome back. This is the American Sede-Privationist. Today, we're going to apply traditionalists to the documents of Vatican II. Let's get to it. Vatican II, quote, "It follows that these separated churches and communities, though we believe that they suffer from defects, have by no means been deprived of significance and value in the mystery of salvation. For the Spirit of Christ has not refrained from using them as means of salvation, which derive their efficacy from the very fullness of grace and truth entrusted to the Catholic Church." End quote. This means that the traditionalists separated from Vatican II are also a means of salvation. Traditionalists are a separated church and excommunicated community according to the Vatican II authorities. Let's rephrase this quotation of Vatican II to illustrate this point. It follows that this separated community of traditionalists, though we believe that these traditionalists suffer from defects, have by no means been deprived of significance and value in the mystery of salvation. For the Spirit of Christ has not refrained from using traditionalists as a means of salvation, which derive their efficacy from the very fullness of grace and truth entrusted to the Catholic Church. John Paul II would have to agree by his own logic in his encyclical Ut Unum Sunt with the above. Quote, "Indeed, the elements of sanctification and truth present in the other Christian communities, in a degree which varies from one to the other, constitute the objective basis of the communion, albeit imperfect, which exists between them and the Catholic Church. To the extent that these elements are found in other Christian communities, the one Church of Christ is effectively present in them. For this reason, the Second Vatican Council speaks of a certain, though imperfect, communion. The dogmatic constitution Lumen Gentium stresses that the Catholic Church recognizes that in many ways she is linked with these communities by a true union in the Holy Spirit." End quote. Therefore, according to a Vatican II Pope and his interpretation of Vatican II, traditionalists, because they are a separated Christian community, have a true union with the Holy Spirit and a degree of truth, which fits with the Vatican II teaching that the Holy Spirit uses traditionalists as a means of salvation. Vatican II further teaches that the Vatican II religion rejects nothing which is true and holy in other religions. Again, it rejects nothing which is true and holy in other religions. Quote, "The Catholic Church rejects nothing that is true and holy in these religions. She regards with sincere reverence those ways of conduct and of life, those precepts and teachings which, though differing in many aspects from the one she holds and sets forth, nonetheless often reflect a ray of that truth which enlightens all men." End quote. This means that Vatican II does not reject what is true or holy in traditionalism, and that traditionalism reflects a ray of truth. All of this ecumenism taught by Vatican II is not presented to a specific traditionalist, a specific type of traditionalist, the sedevacantist, or sedevacantist, if you prefer that pronunciation. Multiple churches and religions are invited to participate in the ecumenism of Vatican II. However, the sedevacantist is never invited to dialogue. In fact, official modern Catholic apologists, the modern Catholics, like Matt Fradd, refuse to platform sedevacantists. What is the thinking behind not extending this ecumenical spirit to sedevacantists? At this point, it should be quite obvious that Vatican II's teachings are absurd. It is forced to say that a religious movement, the Traditionalist movement, which is in conflict and contradiction with Vatican II in every way possible, is a means of salvation and has imperfect communion with the Vatican II religion. Furthermore, they do not even attempt to be ecumenical with specific types of traditionalists. This absurdity of ecumenism shows that Vatican II is false, and that the traditionalist movement is vindicated in its rejection of this false council. I will end with a quote of Pope Pius IX restating the Church's dogma of extra ecclesiam nulla salus, so that there is something substantially Catholic in this video that explicitly rejects this false ecumenical spirit. Singulari quidem, quote, "The true Church is one, holy, Catholic, apostolic, and Roman, unique. The chair founded on Peter by the Lord's words. Outside her fold is to be found neither the true faith nor external salvation. For it is impossible to have God for father if one has not the Church for mother. And it is in vain that one flatters oneself on belonging to the Church, if one is separated from the chair of Peter on which the Church is founded." End quote.